We've all had those moments that really test us, right? Where that emotional reaction just feels, well, unstoppable. But what if you could actually control it? See, the ability to stay calm when everything around you is erupting in chaos, that's not just some nice skill to have. It's a genuine superpower. And today, we're going to break down exactly how you can master it.
Oh man, I think every single one of us has been here. It's that moment where your emotions just completely take the wheel, and before you can even think, you've said something you immediately wish you could just snatch back out of the air. That awful, gut-wrenching feeling, that's exactly what we're going to unpack and learn how to control.
Okay, so let's really zero in on this, because this right here is the core of everything. On the left, you have a reaction. Think of it like being a puppet on a string. Your emotions are just yanking you around, it's totally automatic. But on the right, that's a response, and that's a conscious choice. That's where you become the master of your own emotions, not the other way around. So let's talk about what it actually costs to live in that reactive state all the time. Yeah, it feels automatic, but the consequences of just running on impulse, they are huge, and they have this quiet way of just chipping away at our lives. And this is the real price, and it's so much more than just a moment of regret. Every single time you overreact, you are literally handing your personal power over to somebody else or to some situation. You're letting something totally external dictate your internal state of being.
So why is this so hard? Why can't we just stop? Well, it's not some personal failing. It's actually your biology. There is a battle happening inside your mind, and understanding it is the first step. Let's dig into the science of why we sometimes lose control.
Okay, so think of it like this. You've got two different voices in your head. On one side, you've got the amygdala. This is your brain's ancient alarm system. It's lightning fast, it's super impulsive, and all it cares about is screaming, "Danger! We're under attack!" And then on the other side, you've got your prefrontal cortex. This is the calm, logical, rational thinker, the adult in the room. When everything's peaceful, they work together just fine. But when stress hits, well, this happens. It's a real thing called an amygdala hijack. This is the technical name for that moment you snap. It's when your emotional alarm system completely hijacks the cockpit and shoves your rational brain out of the way. And suddenly, you're not thinking anymore. You're just reacting. And get this effect is totally measurable. Studies have shown that during one of these hijacks, your functional IQ can temporarily drop by as much as 20 points. Now, it's not like you're actually getting dumber. It's just that the smart, rational part of your brain has literally gone offline for a minute. And that's why it's almost impossible to make a good decision in the heat of the moment. Okay, so if the problem is basically a biological hijack, then what's the solution? Well, it's surprisingly simple, but it is incredibly powerful. It is your single greatest weapon against that emotional impulse, the pause. This quote from Viktor Frankl just says it all perfectly. The stimulus is what happens to you. The response is what you do about it. But that tiny little space in between, that's everything. That space is the pause. And inside that little gap is your freedom, your power to choose who you want to be in that moment. So how do we actually create that space when things get heated? With the super simple 4-step reset. First, you have to notice the physical signals. Your body always knows first. That tightness in your chest, your jaw clenching. Step 2. And this is the hardest part. Pause, just for a second. Don't speak, don't act. Third, breathe. Just one slow, deep breath is all it takes. That single breath can bring your rational brain back online, so you can get to step 4. Choose how you actually want to respond. But there's another battle we have to win, and it isn't just biological. It's the battle with our own ego, that part of us that just has to be right, that hates the idea of backing down. And this, right here, is the question you have to ask yourself in that moment. Your pride, your ego, it's screaming at you to win, to get the last word in. But what does winning that little battle actually cost you? Almost every single time, it costs you your peace of mind. This right here, this should be your mantra. Choosing the path to peace over the bumpy road of pride isn't weakness. It's actually profound wisdom. It's understanding that your own inner calm is so much more valuable than winning some argument you won't even remember next week. And this is where it all starts to come together. When you consistently master that pause, when you choose peace over pride, something really incredible starts to happen. Being calm is no longer just something you practice, it actually becomes your superpower. And the rewards, they're absolutely life-changing. We're talking about deeper, more stable relationships built on trust, not on walking on eggshells. We're talking about making clear, smart decisions when the pressure's really on. You start earning respect not for being the loudest person in the room, but for being the steadiest. And most importantly, you cultivate this unshakable inner peace that nobody can ever take away from you.
This is really the ultimate transformation. You stop being the leaf that gets tossed around in the wind, and instead, you become the anchor. The storm can rage all at once. Chaos can swirl all around you, but you remain steady, you remain centered, and you remain in control.
Because here's the fundamental truth of it all. Life will always bring storms. Situations will test you, people will provoke you. That's the one thing that will never, ever change. The only thing you can ever truly control is you. So the final question isn't if the storm is going to come, it's who will you choose to be when it does.